On April 2026, the doors to one of the most isolated shrines in the Himalayas will open for the season. Kedarnath is undeniably spectacular, but it sits at 3,583 meters above sea level. Up here, the air is thin, and morning temperatures hover near 0 degrees. The spiritual pull of this Jyotirlinga draws over 1 million people every year, but the landscape is notoriously fragile and deeply unforgiving. Approaching this pilgrimage like a standard weekend getaway is a mistake. Arriving without proper physical preparation leads directly to medical emergencies and stranded groups. A successful darshan is won by managing the intense high-altitude constraints of the valley. This chart maps out the central trade-off every traveler faces. You pay for this journey with either your physical endurance on the y-axis or your financial capital on the x-axis. The top left quadrant represents the high-effort, low-cost path. Walking the 16 kilometers during the May peak season saves money, but it demands an extreme physical toll. The bottom right quadrant represents the financial premium path. Booking a September helicopter flight requires a much higher budget, but it completely bypasses those grueling physical demands. Your age, your baseline fitness, and your budget dictate exactly where you land on this matrix. Pushing past your physical limits to save money, or because everyone else is walking, is the highest risk you can take on this mountain. Before you select a transport method or book a hotel, you must complete the mandatory Uttarakhand government online registration and biometric verification. This digital process generates a specific QR-coded Yatra Pass. You need this scan to cross ground checkpoints, like the one at Sonprayag. If you skip this step, authorities will turn you back down the mountain. It does not matter if you hold a confirmed luxury hotel booking or expensive helicopter tickets. Administrative compliance is the gatekeeper. Your budget and fitness mean nothing without that official QR pass. The traditional trek from Gaurikund is a steep 16-kilometer rocky ascent. It takes 6 to 9 hours, exacting a heavy toll on knees and lungs. The alternative is a helicopter service, booked exclusively through the official IRCTC portal. It turns a 9-hour endurance test into a 10-minute flight. The trade-off here is intense competition. Tickets often sell out within minutes of the portal opening. Plus, flights are highly vulnerable to weather. Sudden cloud cover can ground your plans instantly. If you miss out on flight tickets but cannot manage the trek, the middle ground safety net relies on ponies and wooden palanquins, known as pulkis. These services cost between 2,500 and 8,000 rupees. But riding a pony for several hours over a rough trail is physically jarring in its own right. Every pilgrim pays a toll to the mountain. Whether you pay with muscle, with your wallet, or your comfort, a completely frictionless path doesn't exist. Most travelers instinctively aim for the opening rush in May and June. This creates massive trail congestion. Daily arrivals can hit 80,000, and darshan wait times stretch into brutal standing queues. This bar chart shows historical darshan wait times. Notice the 5-hour peaks in May. Now look at September, dropping to just 40 minutes. Traveling in this post-monsoon autumn window drastically cuts wait times. Skies are crisp, roads are repaired, and mountain scenery is exceptionally clear. The minor trade-offs are colder night temperatures and the pressure of the temple's winter closure date in late October or November. Booking for September is the most effective strategy for ensuring a quiet, uncrowded spiritual experience. When it comes to accommodation, you have 2 primary strategies: sleeping near the temple at ground zero or staying further down the valley at a base camp. Booking a government-run GMVN rest house just steps from the shrine holds a massive allure. It allows you to attend the evening arti without a long trek back. But rooms are scarce and amenities are strictly basic. More importantly, trying to sleep at 3,583 meters, where oxygen is thin, puts significant strain on your heart and lungs. The alternative is staying in a lower altitude base camp town like Fata or Guptkashi, which sits about 35 kilometers away from the shrine. Base camps offer hot water, better sleep quality, and reliable Wi-Fi. The cost is the early morning transit required to reach the helipads or trekking trailheads. The location you choose dictates your body's ability to recover. At Kedarnath, altitude impacts your rest as heavily as the quality of the mattress. Your packing list needs strict functional discipline. You need thermal base layers, fully waterproof outer gear, and well-broken-in trekking shoes with strong ankle support. If you pack heavy, you will suffer on the ascent. Leave your main luggage at your hotel in Sonprayak and carry only a curated day pack to the summit. For medical preparation, consult a doctor about high-altitude medications. Your pack should include blister plasters, an antacid, and a pulse oximeter. Your medical kit and gear function as survival tools. They buy you reaction time if the weather or your health takes a sudden turn. This flowchart breaks down the demographic blueprint. You have to match your specific age, budget, and fitness level to one of these dedicated logistical paths. For senior citizens or vulnerable travelers, target the September-autumn window, secure IRCTC helicopter bookings early, and sleep at a lower altitude in Guptkashi. For young fit trekkers, tackle the 16-kilometer ascent, book budget lodging at Bharat Sevashram early, and invest your savings in high-quality rain gear. For first-timers seeking comfort, aim for early June or late September. Book through the official GMVN portal and secure pony services immediately if flight tickets are unavailable. Register as soon as the portal opens, and allow your baseline physical reality to dictate every logistical choice. Matching the itinerary to your actual demographic is the only way to transform a grueling physical survival test into a profound spiritual journey.